This might look like a normal high school from the outside, but since the eruption of Mount Semeru last Saturday, everything changed. The local government is working closely with the school organization to turn this place into a shelter, a rescue shelter for the victims. There are 21 classrooms in this high school, and they use 9 of the classrooms for the victims and another 6 rooms for logistics. Just like the one behind me, this used to be an 8th grade classroom, and now they turned this place into a storage filled with help. All the basic necessities that the victims need, they are provided here, from food, a place, an equipment for them to sleep, diapers, and also masks and all the medicine that they need. The reason why the local government is moving the rescue shelter to this high school is because, as you can see, it has more space for the victims to stay together, because in each classroom there are 30 victims stay in one room. And another thing is also about the sanitation. The school has 9 bathrooms that they can use for the victims, and that is well enough for the victims to stay in this place. Based on the recent data, there are 294 victims staying here with 40 children, but this number keep on changing every day, because some days the victims decided to go back home when it is safe enough for them to go back home, while the others, sometimes they decided to move to their family member's house. And if we are talking about 40 children who stay in this place, of course an activity and daily activity for them is also very important. Like the one that is holding right now, it's a trauma healing activity where all the children, they could play together, they could do an art craft together, where they could spend their time with their friends and with the volunteers over here. It's a very important activity for them, not only for them not to get bored during this time because they cannot go back to school yet, but also it's very important for them to forget what happened. And if we are talking about school, if we are talking about children, we also have to talk about 645 high schoolers who attend this school. We talked to the school headmaster, and actually they have been using this school since last week, and last week was actually a time for those high schoolers to had their final exam. But because of the eruption, they had to move those examination week to this week, and of course they cannot do it in person because the classrooms has been using for the victims, so they have been studying again from school, from their home on online learning. Why do I say again? It's because before the eruption they actually already had an in-person learning. 75% of them had come back to the school to do an in-person learning, but because they need to change this classrooms for the victims, now they are taking the examinations online. They don't know when they will be able to come back to school, because out of those 600 people, around 190 students are also the victims of the Mount Semeru eruption. And another thing that the school and the local government is working together is they will build an emergency tent around the school area for the students in this rescue shelters and around this area, for them to be able to study together. And it's not only for the high schoolers, but everyone from kindergarten to high school, they will be able to study together in that emergency tent until they can go back to their school. TBK Nabitupulu, Nico Arianto, First Today.